6 years up until August, I was in the think tank. I still try to follow up on my interests, even in my current job, which is pretty all-consuming. So I saw, based upon what I'm doing with Syria, I realized that there was something missing. The national security strategy, quote, in its introduction says, authoritarian states are eager to replace the United States, where the United States withdraws our diplomats and closes our outposts. The National Defense Strategy goes on to say that interstate strategic competition, not terrorism, is now the primary concern in U.S. national security, where the Astana Three, that is Turkey, Iran, and Russia, brought together originally to negotiate deconfliction zones, agreed with some support from the U.S. and from the UN to take on the job of calling forth a constitutional committee to execute the first of 4 major tracks in the political process.
There's tensions, as you know, with Turkey at this point. President Trump and President Erdogan spoke on Friday.
There has been a considerable buildup of tension between Turkey, the U.S., and our partner in northeast Syria in the fight against ISIS, the SDF, which is largely in the hands of or controlled by the PYD, which has links to the PKK. And this is of concern to Turkey. We understand its concerns. We're committed to Turkey's security, and we've been talking extensively to the Turks. I spent 3 days there the week before last. Given the threats of marching in to deal with this problem themselves, the U.S. at every level has reached out to the Turks, including Friday, a call from President Trump to President Erdogan. We have to wait and see. I believe that the situation has calmed somewhat. I believe that we're willing to work with the Turks and with the people on the ground to find a way forward. We share mainly the same objectives in most areas, and as I said, we're very focused on Turkish security. But we also are very focused on finishing the fight against ISIS. So we're going to be, again, managing this and monitoring this very closely. Particularly internal conflicts, there's been a commitment either by the nation involved or by the international community that there has to be changes in governance in that country to avoid keeping peacekeepers there forever or having 500,000 people killed or just having a conflict that spills over into the neighborhood. So thus, what we're looking for is a different kind of regime. It doesn't have to be a regime that we would embrace, we Americans would embrace as, say, qualifying to join the European Union if the European Union would take Middle Eastern countries. But it does have to not sponsor terrorism or allow terrorism to rise up on its territory as